Russian Tu-22M3 Backfire strategic bomber. Maximum speed Mach 2.3. Capable of carrying nuclear warheads. It can be said that it is the nuclear deterrent of the Russian Air Force. Most important force. However, a backfire bomber capable of carrying a nuclear warhead. Recently it was completely destroyed by Ukrainian drones. Not only that, on August 29, Ukraine's response to the Pskov region. Russian Air Force base launches airstrike. Destroyed 2 Illinois 76 transport aircraft. 2 Illinois 76 was seriously damaged. Confirmed through subsequent satellite imagery. Illinois 76 transport aircraft can be seen. Has been burned to ashes. Let's take a closer look today. The 2 airstrikes launched by Ukraine. August 19, Ukrainian drone. Attack on air base in Novgorod region of northern Russia. Completely destroy a Tu-22 backfire. Then on August 21, Ukraine launched another airstrike. Military airport located in Kaluga, Russia. Destroyed another backfire bomber. The satellite images we see now. This is a picture taken at a Russian Air Force base. Can be seen on August 16. There are multiple backfire bombers parked at the airport. And on August 21, all bombers have been removed. And where the bombers were originally parked, you can see traces of the bomb explosion. There are pictures circulating on the internet. Backfire bomber shown after being hit by drone. Ignite a raging fire. The entire fuselage has been completely engulfed in flames. Completely burned to ashes. It is almost impossible to use it anymore. According to a statement from the Russian Ministry of Defense. At around 10 a.m. Russian time on August 19, a helicopter-type drone attacks. The air base is located north of Belarus. Very close to St. Petersburg. More than 600 kilometers away from mainland Ukraine. Russian strategic bomber fleet. It generally does not stop at frontline airports. So the Russian troops. Nor did it think of Ukraine. An airstrike would be launched from such a far-away place. Ukraine targets Russian backfire. Backfire entered service in 1972. Similar to the American B-1B bomber. It is a variable swept-wing bomber. To put it simply, it depends on the flight conditions in the air. It can choose different angles of swept wings. But the Soviet planes were different from the Americans. The American variable sweep wing. The angle can be any angle. And are calculated by powerful onboard computers. Give the current optimal solution. The most famous one is the F-14 Tomcat fighter jet. Thanks to the variable sweep wing. Allowing the F-14 fighter jet to operate in different air combat environments. Get the best maneuverability. But the variable sweep wings of the Soviet Union and Russia. Not so. Take the backfire we mentioned today as an example. It has only 4 variable sweep wing angles. And it's entirely up to the pilots themselves to choose. Its sweep angle can reach up to 60 degrees. At this time, the backfire can enter the supersonic cruise state. With the huge NK-321 engine. Maximum speed can reach Mach 1.8 to 2.3. So although technically they are all called variable sweep wings. But American and Soviet technology. Not from the same era at all. The Soviet variable sweep wings could only adjust the angle manually. The American variable sweep wing. The best flight angle can be calculated by computer. And change any angle. Anyway. Tu-22M3 backfire bomber. Still Russia at present. One of the most advanced strategic bombers. The aircraft has been out of production since 1997. As of 2023, there will still be approximately 60 Backfires served in the Russian Air Force. If the Russian information is true, the attacker was a helicopter drone. Then it is absolutely impossible to take off from Ukraine itself. We know helicopter drones are slower. 600 kilometers distance. You have to fly for at least 5 to 6 hours, maybe even longer. That's a more reasonable explanation. It's the Ukrainian special forces carrying drones. Sneak into Russia. Take to the skies with a drone near an airport. Well, this is one of the great benefits of helicopter drones. There are no requirements for the takeoff location. If it is a traditional fixed-wing UAV, for example, Turkey's TB2, it requires taking off and landing at a regular airport. Or like Iran's drones, it requires a launcher. Eject the drone. You can't do it in Russia itself. Find such a launch site and launch device. So using a helicopter drone is the only option. That so-called helicopter drone, I'm afraid it's what we all know. Just a rotor drone. Ukraine already uses this quadcopter drone. Easy to use. Put a bomb on that drone. You can use the camera to find targets for bombing. Well, I have seen posts on Twitter before. Ukraine is currently developing its own rotary wing drones. It has 10 rotors. In this way, a larger amount of explosives can be carried. The one who carried out the attack. It is also very likely that it was developed by Ukraine itself. Rotor drone. Ukraine this time. Infiltrating into Russia through special forces. Air raids on rear airfields. Undoubtedly, it had a huge blow to the morale of the Russian military. This almost means no airport in Russia is safe. Whether you're in the north near St. Petersburg or in Siberia. Ukrainian Special Operations personnel. You can carry drones to the vicinity of the base. Conduct a sneak attack on the base. Famous Russian military bloggers couldn't help but complain. Russia lets a Ukrainian drone fly. Flying over 700 kilometers over Russian territory. Then the white light appeared. What do they think? Can you fight against NATO air power? Their air base will be within hours. Destroyed by Western cruise missiles. After hearing this, I just want to express. What truth are you talking about? Let's look at another air raid. On August 29, Ukraine dispatched drones. Pair located close to St. Petersburg. Airstrikes launched on air base in Pskov region. At least 2 Illinois 76 transport aircraft were completely destroyed. The other 2 were damaged and no longer work. It can be seen through satellite image display. 2 Illinois 76 on the tarmac has completely turned into debris. Ukraine later released a video of the day of the attack. The attack can be seen taking place that night. The video was captured via an infrared imaging camera. A complete transport aircraft can be seen on the tarmac. The Ukrainian drone hit the center of the Illinois 76. Then a raging fire broke out. Swallow this transport plane completely. You can also see it in another video. The burning Illinois 76 is on fire fiercely. There is no possibility of rescue. Local people also shot another video. In this video, you can see the Air Force base in the distance. A fire broke out and thick smoke rose. It can be seen that this airstrike in Ukraine. How serious was the damage caused? The location of this air raid. Located near the border with Estonia. Ukrainian drones are getting here. Almost bypassing Belarus. This is unlikely. Ukrainian intelligence chief Budanov told U.S. reporters. The attack was launched from within Russia. Obviously, this Ukrainian airstrike. Also by Ukrainian special operations personnel. Carrying a drone into Russia. Released drones close to air base. And launched airstrikes against the Illinois 76. The Illinois 76 is currently the main force in Russian air transportation. Its role is similar to the U.S. Air Force's C-17. The Illinois 76 also belongs to the Russian airborne forces. One of the standard equipment. In Russia's previous plan to attack Kiev. The original plan was to have helicopters carry the commandos. Control of Antonov Airport. Then transport the airborne troops through Illinois 76. However, during the Battle of Kiev a year ago, Russia completely failed. Among them, Illinois 76 is also around Kiev. Shot down by Ukraine. The Air Force base is currently used by the 334th Military Transport Aviation Regiment. The group has been in business since 1979. Just use Illinois 76. There are currently about 20 aircraft. The entire Russian Air Force probably still has 100 Illinois 76 transport aircraft in active service. 4 were lost in one day. For Russian air power. This is great damage. Within just half a month, Ukrainian special forces infiltrated into Russia. Launched airstrikes on multiple Russian air bases. Destroyed and damaged 4 Illinois 76. It also destroyed and damaged 22 backfires. Such frequent attacks. It is impossible for Russia to guard against it. Russia has a vast territory and a large number of military bases. Each of these military bases has the potential to become what Ukraine is attacking now. But most of Russia's anti-aircraft weapons all have been deployed to the front line. Or it could be used to defend the capital Moscow. There are no more weapons to guard these military base in the hinterland. Then there was news recently that pointed out that Russia has moved from the Far East Chiba Islands near Japan. Withdrew the remaining air defense forces. Satellite images show in 2020. S-300 equipped by Russia. Stationed near Japan. Itoho Island and Kunashiri Island. It's very close to Japan. Until September 2022. Both military bases can be seen. Missiles and radar. However, in the latest satellite images, Japanese discover air defense systems on these islands. All have disappeared. Not just anti-aircraft missiles. Russia is moving storage in old tanks at the military base on Sakhalin Island. And artillery after repair. Sent to the Ukrainian front. And will station military forces in the Far East. Moved to the battlefield in Ukraine. This all shows that Russia is currently stretched thin on the front line. More importantly, since this year, Ukraine has not only stepped up its counterattack on the front lines and intensified air strikes on the Russian mainland. Recently, almost every week, there are drones visiting Moscow. And there are multiple Air Force bases in the heart of Russia. They were also attacked by Ukrainian air raids. In the foreseeable future, Ukraine will launch airstrikes with increasing frequency. We will also see more. Su-30, Illinois 76, Tu-22 backfire. Destroyed by Ukraine on top of the airport. The flames of this war. Not only burning in Ukraine itself. It will also burn to Russia. Burning to St. Petersburg. Burning to Moscow. This is the Wealth Accumulation Channel. See you in the next episode.